The star systems of the galaxy were divided into territories, each controlled by the formidable, war-hardened species that ruled them with iron claws. The Kralzax, the Vantari, and the Scorn. These were the names of civilizations feared throughout the stars. They were the ones who had conquered planets that had once been home to thriving civilizations, reducing them to smoldering ruins in their relentless pursuit of dominance. And then there was the planet Uthar, a name that echoed through the corridors of space, whispered in fear by every race that had ever ventured too close. Uthar was infamous, not because of its rich resources or any strategic advantage it might offer. No, Uthar was known for its brutal and deadly environment. The air was toxic, swirling with gases that could melt flesh. The gravity was unstable, shifting between crushing weight and zero gravity within moments. The surface was riddled with savage storms, earthquakes, and deadly radiation bursts. It was a planet that had eradicated every species that had attempted to colonize it. To even consider landing there was considered a death sentence. But then, the unthinkable happened. A Kralzax warship, the Scourge of Contra, was making its rounds through the outer rim of the galaxy. Captain Zern, a battle-hardened Kralzax warrior, was ordered to investigate an anomaly. Something strange had been detected on the surface of Uthar. No one had been able to approach the planet for centuries, yet faint signals were now being picked up. As the ship came closer to Uthar's atmosphere, the crew could not believe their sensors. There on the surface, amidst the chaos of the planet's violent storms and toxic atmosphere, were structures. Buildings, a colony, the humans. Zern's eyes narrowed in disbelief. The Kralzax had long dismissed humanity as primitive. In fact, most species of the galaxy thought of humans as weak, unworthy of respect. After all, they came from a barely inhabitable rock in a far corner of the galaxy. They were resourceful, yes, but no one had considered them to be a true threat. And yet, here they were, alive, thriving, somehow surviving the unsurvivable. "Captain," the first officer, Trilix, said in a low voice, his antennae twitching in agitation. "The scanners are correct. It appears that humans are living on Uthar." "Impossible," Zern muttered. "This world is death incarnate. No species could survive here. It is beyond logic." But the evidence was right in front of them. As the warship descended, Zern saw it for himself, a sprawling city, nestled within the protective domes of biotech shielding, a bustling hub of life, glowing amidst the wasteland that surrounded it. Humans, clad in their simple but functional suits, moved through the streets, working, trading, living. The human city on Uthar was a marvel of defiance against the odds. The crew of the Scourge of Contra was uneasy. For years, the Kralzax had lived under the assumption that their superiority was absolute. No species could rival them in terms of strength, intellect, or survival. They had conquered worlds and reduced them to ashes without a second thought. But now they were faced with a mystery they couldn't comprehend. Zern stood tall, his dark, ridged face fixed in a scowl. "Prepare to land. We will observe them closely," he ordered. Upon touching down, the Kralzax were greeted by an unexpected sight. A group of humans approached, their faces obscured by advanced respirators. They didn't look like survivors in the traditional sense. They looked prepared. The human leader, a woman named General Claire Henson, stepped forward with a calm confidence that seemed out of place on such a hostile world. "You are Kralzax, yes?" she asked in a tone of detached curiosity, as if she were speaking to a mere inconvenience rather than an invading force. "We've been expecting you." "Expecting us?" Zern growled, his mind struggling to piece together what was happening. "What are you doing here? This planet is a graveyard. Nothing should live on Uthar." Henson raised an eyebrow. "Uthar is the graveyard for those who aren't adaptable. Humans, Captain, are incredibly adaptable." Her words struck Zern like a punch to the gut. Humans had always been known for their resourcefulness, yes, but this defied all logic. "How have you survived?" he demanded. Henson looked over her shoulder at the city behind her, then back at Zern. "Our people thrive on challenges, Captain. We don't run from them, we conquer them. This world with all its dangers was once thought to be a tomb, but we saw it differently. We saw a chance to push the boundaries of what is possible, and we did." Zern was speechless. The very idea that humans had not only survived but had thrived in this environment shattered everything he thought he knew about them. They had turned the impossible into their playground. Your species is incredible, Trelix whispered, as though he could not believe it. How did you do this? Henson smiled, her eyes glinting with the fire of a people who had endured more than their fair share of hardships. We learn, we innovate, we adapt. While other species cowered, we fought. We learned the land, built from it. And now, Uthar is no longer a place of death for us. It's a testament to human strength. The Kralzak's captain's chest tightened as the weight of her words sank in. Humanity, the race that had once been dismissed as insignificant, had faced the galaxy's greatest challenge and come out stronger for it. What was once considered a doomed planet had now become a symbol of human resilience. This world will be a beacon, Henson continued, a symbol to the galaxy that humanity cannot be destroyed. Not by war, not by nature, and certainly not by your arrogance. The Kralzak's captain's mind raced. Could this be the future? A future where humans were no longer the helpless prey, but the ones who had conquered the most hostile corners of the galaxy? Was it possible that the species that had once been considered weak was now poised to be the galaxy's strongest force? We will see you around, Captain, Henson said, turning to leave. But next time, I suggest you come with more respect. As the humans retreated back into their city, Zern stood motionless, unable to shake the sense of awe and unease gnawing at him. They had won, not with strength, not with weapons, but with something more powerful, sheer will. The Kralzaks had thought themselves invincible, but now they understood that humanity was not to be underestimated. It wasn't the galaxy's deadliest planet that had defeated the humans. It was their relentless will to survive, to thrive, that had conquered Uthar. And it was something no species in the galaxy could ever hope to challenge. Humanity had earned their place at the table, and the galaxy would never be the same again. End.